Help us to be funny and entertaining. We be the light. You got extra makeup on today?
Denny Schaefer. He's an idiot.
Hello, everybody. Show of hands. Who would love to crawl in bed right now and take a nap? That would be me. So, nap-tastic, napalicious, whatever. It's been raining all morning long with thunderstorms going through and everything. It's just crazy. Yeah, it has been cool. And hopefully,
been a long time.
Hopefully we don't have any internet issues. So welcome to the Denny and Sharon DennyRadio podcast. It is episode 31. Going to be joining us and people that are watching and listening. And we always appreciate when you share because it shows that you care. So thank you for sharing and caring. All right. Originally, when we last talked on Monday, we talked about John Castillo. He was going to be on. There was some controversy regarding Kimani Latigue's funeral, and he was brought into it. The media said some things, and John wanted to set the record straight. Well, John, per his attorney, does not want to make a statement at this time, other than to say her funeral, Kimani's funeral, was never going to be held at Castillo Funeral Home because they couldn't accommodate all the people and all the cars, and it's just going to be so big. They're going to have this at a school. I mean, there's no other way. I don't know how they're going to be able to do that. And I think it's supposed to be Friday, so I don't know exactly. But John's like, well, that's one thing the media got wrong. And he wants everybody to know that he treats every family with the utmost respect and dignity. I trust John. That's why he will be embalming me. Well, his embalmer will. And one day I'll be there laid out in a coffin and you'll be coming by and you'll be boo-hooing because the dead man's gone. Anyway, love you, John. Whenever you're ready, my man, we're here for you. There you go. All right. We have a new sponsor today. It's a different kind of sponsor because we're a different kind of podcast. Okay. We encourage small business to reach out to us, DM us, if you would like to be a sponsor. Although, are we booked all the way through May yet?
Oh my gosh, I was totally muted.
Okay.
We are through April for sponsorship.
All right, so we're booked through April. We're looking at May. Right. So if you are,
and we have had a few people interested.
Yep.
And we have, by the grace of God, doubled our viewing audience.
Oh.
Just around 80,000 views a month over everything,
March.
right? So we went from 10,000 views a week to now 20.
We're almost at 20. We're almost just under 20,000 people. Mm-hmm. So thank you.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to share so we can keep growing. And
I mean, I do like the intimate feel because sometimes larger brings more haters and just people, saying stuff.
I don't worry about haters. You know what I do? I pray for them, and they hate that. So with sponsorship, we encourage small businesses because, traditional advertising can be very, very expensive, and we're very, very affordable, and we're awesome. But it can also come with, just people. Our sponsor today is Steve Kiker. And Steve Kiker is one of my dearest friends and just an awesome human being. I've known him forever. Even though he will not go get his stinking cough checked, but whatever. Anyway, and these are Kiker's thoughts. Now, I believe next Wednesday he's going to do a video for us.
An actual video for
which
something.
I can't wait for because I have no idea what his thoughts are going to be, and it'll be a blast.
I don't think he does when he wakes up. But he's been very sick, so he hasn't been able to.
Yes, he's been fighting some off. I think it's pneumonia, but he's like, it's not pneumonia, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here's his first thought, It's an event that's coming up at the Sylvania Moose. And this is happening this Saturday. If you would like to be part of this, apparently it's usually a pretty good turnout and a lot of fun. They're having a gun raffle this Saturday, 6:30 to 10. Tickets are $20 each, 15 guns to be won, 5 additional raffled, and 5 additional raffled that evening. Okay, so does that mean 20 guns? It says 15 to 5, whatever. Winner may elect 250 cash in lieu of gun. Okay, so you could just take cash. You got to be there for it. You got to be over 21. Anyway, there's a bunch of little stipulations, transfer fee, blah, blah, blah. This is open to the public. So you don't have to be a member of the Sylvania Moose. You can just show up.
Well, it looks like they have double-decker hamburger and fries starting at 5:30 to 7:30. So they have a $10 dinner as well as the raffle going on. Here's my question for you.
Wait a minute. What's a cam burger?
It's probably someone that works there instead of a
double-decker cam burger?
Yeah, it's probably like Cameron or somebody that works there.
Maybe, but I know this. Every time we've been to the Moose, their food is always excellent.
Yeah.
Just saying.
There'll probably eventually be like Steve Stew or something like that.
Probably.
Kristen's chiming in. That's true, Sharon. Okay. Steve, winner does not have to be present.
Well, it says it on there. It says need not to be present. Right. My bad. I said need to be present.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
Would you take the cash or the gun?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I take cash.
I'd probably take the cash, but it depends on what kind of gun it is. You know?
I take the cash because I could use that on like massages and facials.
There you go. And we are. The Schaefer's are on a budget.
See, Kristen, it's Cam's Famous Burger. See?
There you go.
So it's named after somebody.
So Cam. All right.
All right.
Guarantee you the food will be good and the atmosphere will be fun. And kind of like this next little item we'd like to talk about, since I am going to be there at the Sylvania Moose. Yes, Saturday, May 3rd, 5 to 9, Sylvania Moose Lodge in Sylvania. They're doing casino night, gaming tables, celebrating the Kentucky Derby, best dressed Derby contest.
What's the raffle? 50-50 baskets bourbon.
They're doing a bourbon raffle. Let's see. Here's what it says here. May 3rd. So that's happening May 3rd at the Sylvania Moose. Doors open at 5, 6 o'clock, heavy appetizers. Game tables, $60 a ticket, $100 for couples, $75 at the door. So you want to go to Little Blessings, veteranoutreach.org, get your tickets now to save a little money there. Let's see. Price includes heavy appetizers, 1 drink ticket, 1 door prize ticket. They're having a bourbon raffle, only 200 tickets being sold, but that's a $25 ticket. So you have to actually go to Little Blessings lbveteranoutreach.org and get your bourbon ticket. That's $25.
So it's like a bottle of bourbon?
Yep. And it's good bourbon too. And it's, you get 3 different chances. Let's see. They're having raffle baskets, casino games. Paul Spurl from the Entertainment Network. He'll be there. He'll probably be late, but he'll be there. Anyway, Pollywog, his company is going to be doing it. I am scheduled to appear, so that should be fun. Are you going to go?
I'm not on the flyer.
Neither am I.
Oh,
but
yeah, but you know,
I've been invited.
Your namesake, you know.
Okay.
I'm just like, oh, Denny and his wife.
You're my eye candy, man.
Julian, that's all I need is another gun.
Yeah, no.
Take the cash, Julian.
Take the cash.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, May 3rd, $60 per person, $100 a couple, $75 at the door a person. So you want to, go to Little Blessings to get your ticket. Sylvania Moose Lodge, 6072 Street, Main Street in Sylvania.
Yep.
So there you go.
So this Saturday, and then the first Saturday in May.
Yep.
So, and I'll tell you what, looking at their Facebook page, they have a lot of cool things for their members coming up, but we're talking about the gun raffle this weekend. So.
Maybe we'll join. Kiker, you got to take me to the fish fry because that fish looks really good. There you go.
All right, let's see. Terry, howdy, Denny and Sharon. Me for a nap. Yes.
Yeah, it's nap day, people.
It is.
Except I won't be napping today. Unless I do it after the show. What's up? Happy 23rd anniversary to the best prank ever yesterday. when I was on Smoochie. Yes, it was subscription radio. I might read that article during the afternoon show when I do my other show. So anyway.
Happy Wednesday. I haven't been getting podcast notifications. Oh, I wonder why that is.
Huh. I don't know. Does Facebook send out podcast notifications?
Well, if I create an event, but the only notifications that I know of or a reminder is on Instagram, not on Facebook.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll have to.
Holly, we'll get on it. Our social media director will put her full attention on it.
Yeah. Carrie, that's amazing. Congrats. She's talking about the nearly doubling the viewing audience for the Denny Radio podcast.
It's you people.
Yeah.
You're the ones that are doing it. If you keep sharing and telling people about the podcast, it'll grow. It'll keep growing. And, what the heck was that? Oh, that's the camera. The camera just something. That's God saying, don't be too cocky, Schaefer. Hold on a second. What? Say something. I got to fix the camera.
It looks like a Gilroy.
Oops.
Still more.
Still more what?
Like that.
Camera.
Look, I'm only in charge of the social media. Okay.
The camera seems to be, the cord seems to be a little weird. Did I touch it by mistake?
No, you slammed something down and the camera went flying back.
We make adjustments on the fly, people. How's that?
Tommy, I get notifications. Usually happens if you follow somebody.
Gosh darn it. It keeps moving.
It's dropped.
Kristen,
Kristen says Facebook tells me when you go live. So there you go. Okay.
Do I need a little more?
No, that's good. That's good.
You sure?
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. I think we got it all figured out now. So
okay.
All right. So
I don't know. It just still looks weird to me.
One thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
And I don't know if you saw this.
All right.
Was Val Kilmer passed away?
I did see that. I cried like a baby in Top Gun Maverick.
I know.
When they had him on there, and he was such a stud.
He died of pneumonia.
Throat cancer, which led to that.
Right.
Lost his voice years ago. What a stud.
The bottom middle picture here is when he played The Doors. He was in the movie The Doors.
Yes, I actually have some audio of him singing with The Doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to play that
so
in my
that
other
black
show.
and white is in the first. I'm telling you what, man. If
and
you
he did all he did all the singing in The Doors. That's his voice.
Oh, I didn't know he was a singer too.
Well,
wow.
I have it. Listen to my show at 2:00 today. You'll hear it.
Oh, okay. Anyways, if you have not seen Top Gun Maverick, the fact that they could do a sequel so many years after, and I'm not even a Tom Cruise fan, but I'm like, well, it was Eddie Campos. Remember, he invited
Eddie.
So we got to go as his guests, and we went, and we were both like, wow, that was really, really good. So,
and the movie was free, which made it even better.
Thank you, Eddie.
And the popcorn. Thank you, Eddie.
So
I hope we get invited to the next one or the one after that. Anywho, Val Kilmer passed away. I'm assuming he was a smoker, but I guess not everybody gets cancer when they smoke, but he had throat cancer. So
yeah, I don't know if he was or not. I just
very sad.
Yeah. So you know how we joked about me catching ADD from you?
Yes.
You know how you talked about having the misophonia?
Misophonia is a real disease that I have, and I should have a handicap sticker for my van so I can park up front.
Would you like to explain to people what that is?
Misophonia is noises that will send shivers down your spine, and it will absolutely freak you out. I first noticed it when I was a kid, when we would have breakfast every morning before school, and my brother John used to eat his cereal like a farm animal. Okay? He was so loud, and he had these giant spoons, and he would slurp every one. And then when he knew it irritated me, then he took it to the next level. He would sit over there and smile at me after he'd do it, till I took a butter knife and threw it at him. He didn't like that. Anyway, that's when I first noticed there was something awry. And then I heard somebody chewing ice, and I wanted to choke them, like grab them.
And now Josh will slurp his, and you've been like,
Josh will do it. It'll be like, ah!
Okay, so.
Or like Paul used to make these mouth noises just to irritate me. I'm like, It's a real thing, people. It's a real thing.
Misophonia.
It's out of
Although
control.
Our friend in Atlanta said it was misophonia because he thought you made it up.
Did not.
But so the reason I'm asking is because yesterday I was in the dollar store to buy some greeting cards.
Okay.
And it's quiet in the card aisle. And all of a sudden I hear crinkle, 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 crinkle. It just kept going and going and going. And I turn and I look.
That doesn't.
And it's the Easter candy aisle right next to the card aisle. And this young mom was loading up her cart one bag at a time of that, the plastic sealed bags. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, okay. So I kept looking.
That's freaking me out just hearing it.
And all of a sudden, I hear crinkle, 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 crinkle. She's putting them all back now on the shelf because she found another candy she liked better. And then crinkle, crinkle, crinkle with those bags in the car. I seriously was like, oh my gosh. So then all of a sudden, the second woman comes down. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. She's looking at different candy.
Oh no.
And I had to walk out before I slapped somebody. I'm serious.
Yeah, you got it. You caught it. You caught the ADD.
I got it from you.
You caught the ADD and the misophonia. Yeah. Misophonia.
It was just, and the thing is like, I was like, why does that bother me so much? And I really tried to focus but it just, because it was slow and she filled up her entire cart and then she saw something better and she unloaded them back in. And then,
I don't blame her for that. You see something that's better, maybe a better deal. Sure. But the people that she doesn't know that are around her.
Had I had a butter knife?
Yeah. Throw it right at her.
Yeah.
Knock it right off. No, we don't encourage that kind of violence.
Oh, Tommy, I have the same problem when I hear AOC.
AOC. Oh, politics, political.
Oh, Mary.
Which is fine.
I forgot about the slurping. First, your sister is ganging up on that.
My sister Mary. Hey, Mary. Love you.
Thunderheart with Val Kilmer. I never saw that. I haven't seen all of his movies, but
I'm sure they'll be running now that he
Jim
passed.
Morrison, yep. Okay.
Yeah, he did the singing in the movie.
Wow, that's amazing. I might have to watch that one.
Okay.
It's just called The Doors?
I believe so.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be on Amazon or whatever.
Okay.
Okay. Last night we had dinner with delicious friends, right? Rob, Meredith Party, Rob, Rental Rob, and Michelle. We had dinner at Biblos, and I have to admit, Rob, I think he's right. I think Biblos food is better than Beirut's. There. I said it. Agree or disagree?
You did say it. Well,
agree or disagree? Oh, wait.
I always get Beirut's best.
Right.
And I feel, and I love that restaurant. I love the ambiance. The servers in there are amazing and just attentive and quick and sweet as can be. They've been there forever.
Beirut.
Yeah, Beirut.
Right.
But I feel like their portion has gotten a little smaller, even though they said it didn't. But
portion.
This last night, the Biblos was served back on the oval plate, and that filet, the beef tips or whatever, were like they melted in my mouth. I just and the hummus even tasted a little bit different.
Better. It's better. Sorry, Labib.
So
better.
Well, we'll still go to Beirut.
Oh, because, absolutely. Yeah, because I don't have to go up steps. Because the Beirut, you got to go up the second floor.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I think they have an elevator to the door.
Biblos, yeah, they do. But that's quitting. It's giving up. And they didn't have chicken shawarma, which is what I always get at Beirut. So Rob suggested that I get the shank of lamb. Amazing. With the rice and the big potato and
what's a shank?
Just like a leg of lamb, basically. It was awesome. It was really good. And, but my favorite part of the night, we didn't know this.
Oh no.
About 3/4 of the way through our dinner, we had a really nice time. Great conversation. Good vibe and all that. And then the last 15 minutes, it turned into screaming baby night. Probably a 2-year-old sitting in a high chair. Apparently did something wrong that mom and dad didn't like. So dad pulled the baby away from the table to keep it away from, I don't know if it's crayons or if they had an iPad in front of her. I don't know what. but the baby was having a fit because she got pulled away from the table. Obviously, she's 2. She can't like get out of the thing and move the chair up and get what she wants. So dad was, I don't know, teaching her a lesson or whatever. But the problem is I've never been in a restaurant before where a toddler screamed so loud and a parent didn't do anything about it. And every single person in the place kept turning and looking to make sure that, the child was okay. And it just kept going. Finally, we were done anyway. So we left. And even when we were leaving, the, I don't know, the person, greeter, hostess, whatever, even made a comment about it, apologizing for the screaming baby. And I was like, I just don't get that. It's like, do you not see all the people around you that are being disturbed because you're trying to teach your kid a lesson? Pick your kid up, take your kid outside, have a little convo with them, like I used to do with Josh and Olivia, and bring them back once they've calmed down. There you go. Public service from the Den Man. You're welcome. All right, moving along.
Do you know what this is?
That is our neighborhood overpriced landscaping people that are spraying for weeds.
That is a picture of me not weeding, loving condo life. That's what that is a picture of.
Yeah. They were out yesterday doing all that. So, they're getting after it. So that's kind of nice.
I think we got
Pastor Steve.
Bob Evans on airport. Kids at the table beside us screamed and walked down the table.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. This is going to be
We ended up moving.
Chat.
We end up moving.
What is Danny come home with the good name you left? Hi, Sharon.
Danny come home with a good name you left. Hi, Sharon. Not sure what you're talking about there, Steve.
Chuck's always saying hi to you. Hi.
Happy belated birthday, Packer Chuck.
Disagree, Den Man. I don't know what this is. Nope.
I don't know what any of that is.
Yeah, I don't know either. Well, you know why? Because we get talking and then, they're chiming in about.
Well, how about saying I disagree with you when you said I disagree that whatever. What, screaming baby night or disagree with Biblos? I don't know.
Oh, maybe that's what they were disagreeing. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not. I love Beirut, and I will always go there. But I was impressed. Beirut's more convenient, and Beirut's bars got a cooler vibe.
Listen,
I'm just here to tell you,
Toledo has a plethora of amazing restaurants. Toledo used to be the taste testing ground back in the day, like when my parents were young.
Mm-hmm.
That if a restaurant came to Toledo, Ohio, and made it, they knew it was going to make it.
Right.
We actually, when I worked at the Convention and Visitors Bureau at that time, way back in the 80s, Toledo had more restaurants per capita than anywhere in our country. I don't know if that's still the case.
Probably not, but I'll tell you what, in just about every one of them, there's always a line
There's always
to get
a wait.
in.
I know, because we love
to
to eat.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's why I go at 5, because you don't have to wait.
Yeah. So, okay. Dave, Eric, and Lisa are all watching on Instagram.
What's up?
Oh, there you go.
Dave, Eric, Lisa. Eric as in Super Cooch?
Yep.
Cooch, you get in to talk to your surgeon yet about that shoulder? Send me a text, dude.
All right.
All right. Do you want to get into the topic?
Yeah.
Today is National Peanut Butter Jelly Day.
It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Where you at? There you go.
Actually, my favorite version of this is when Stewie did it on Family Guy.
It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Where you at? Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat.
There it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can that be our intro from now on?
Can be if you want.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
We have no rules on the Denny Radio
Although
podcast.
I do love Waterloo by ABBA.
Yep, that was good. Anyway, which foods or meals did you eat growing up that will trigger you or, give you like smiles and all of that? So I found this on Reddit. And are there snacks or foods or meals from your childhood that bring up strong memories for you? I think my biggest, and they got a lot of good ones here, but before we get into that, my biggest one, and we don't ever have it now, but when I smell pot roast Man, that takes me right back because my grandma used to make it all the time on Sunday. We'd come over, we watch football, or just come over to visit because that's what you did back then. You just went over for a visit. When was the last time that you went over to somebody's house, just for a visit? Nobody says that anymore. Did a drop by, whatever. And, we'd be all in the living room and talking and chatting and whatever, or watching football. And man, you'd start to smell it, man. My grandma. And my mom, same thing. And it was always, it seems like you always had it, pot roast on Sunday. Did your mom ever make that?
She would make it occasionally, and I hated pot roast, which is why
we don't have it.
But you have two hands. You
I
can
do.
always make it if you want.
I have made it in the
We're
past.
empty nesters now.
I made it in the crock pot, but the only thing is why would I make a big pot roast for one?
Well, you can freeze it.
No, I've already got so
You don't
much
have
stuff.
to make, can't you just make half of it? Like cut the recipe in
I
half.
suppose you could.
Yeah.
I suppose you could.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more fun when people, can enjoy it with you. But anyway, pot roast is one of mine. All right, what about you?
Hold on. Tommy is saying
Cornbread.
Cornbread, collard greens, cream corn.
Because he's from the South. He's
Yeah.
in Georgia.
He said he's allergic to beef.
Who
So,
is? Tommy is?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that, Tommy. I've known you for a long time. I did not know that.
Julian is saying yes, the Beirut is better.
There you go.
So
Thank you for clarifying,
and
Julian.
Terry, Voodoo Brewing, which just opened up, is really good, but opening weekend was busy crazy. They ran out of food. Oh
Okay,
my goodness. But
That's a problem.
I know, but how do you know how much to plan if
I
you've
don't
never been
know.
open before?
I don't know,
That's
but
why I could never be in the restaurant.
have you heard their radio commercials? They're creepy. They're creepy sounding. The
Okay.
dude is like, come on out to Voodoo. Pay no never mind to the basement. Just don't go down there because you'll never come back up. Anyway, I don't know. I heard it yesterday and I just like, what is this commercial? Anyway, I am hearing good things about that place. Thank you.
LDJ, Ho-Ho's, and King Don's.
In the
Is it
foil,
King Don? Don?
King Don's.
King
they were-
Don?
yeah.
As in Don
I
with the fro?
don't know.
And the foil wrappers seem to taste better.
You
Yeah.
mean like Don Cornelius from the Soul Train?
No. Don with the crazy hair that stood up. What's his name? Someone help me out.
Don King.
Yes.
Yeah.
King,
No,
yeah, instead of King Don.
I don't know what it was.
Myrtle Beach had fried chicken and coleslaw. It reminded me of mother's. Aww.
Oh,
that is
dude.
sweet. Yeah.
Rob, you're
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay, for me, beef stroganoff was, listen, I'm the youngest of nine. So I was 5 when my oldest sister moved out. There was only 14 and a half years difference between us. So, Jack and Nancy had 5 under the age of 5.
They were getting busy.
So their meals might be different than what I was accustomed to. There were plenty of nights where I didn't like something and I went to bed at 6 o'clock. Because I chose to go to sleep. Because, back then, heaven forbid, if you didn't eat, you got sent to your bedroom.
That's right.
My mom was probably thinking one less to deal with in the night. So
Yeah.
you're off.
And
you know?
I've heard parents that actually pulled food out of the trash and made the kid eat it.
Yeah. So
I've heard stories about that because they lied to their parents.
one other thing, we would have like baked chicken. I mean, my mom made everything from scratch.
Why don't you tell that story?
Mashed potatoes. I hated mashed potatoes.
Oh my gosh, mashed potatoes are the greatest thing ever.
When you were growing up,
Yes. Didn't he?
I just didn't like them. I love them now, but I love anything potatoes. French
Well,
fries,
it's just
chips,
'cause-
you name it.
When you're a kid, you think you know everything. And then
Yep.
like my mom and dad used to always put sour cream on their baked potato. And I thought that was the grossest thing ever. And now it's like, it's hard to eat a potato without sour cream. And it's been that way
And
since
butter
I became
and
old.
salt.
And bacon and cheese.
Yeah.
Chives.
Sometimes we'd have breakfast for dinner.
And somebody mentioned that in the thread that let's see, where
It
is
wasn't
it?
often.
Breakfast
but we
for
would.
dinner. Listen to this: French toast, real maple syrup, eggs, bacon, and sausage.
We didn't have all that.
Now that, my friends, is a meal. And when they have it now, it's a happy, cozy, uplifting feeling. because it reminds them when they were kids. We never did that. Ever. The
You
first
never had
time,
breakfast?
never. The first time I had breakfast for dinner was when you and I were married and with the kids.
Well, because it's a little economical because you're looking at just egg. Well, back in the day when eggs was, affordable. And
Prices are coming down.
bread, and then a thing of bacon or whatever. I mean, we didn't do all of that, but and the kids always love that. When we asked them, Olivia brought this topic up a while ago,
Mhm.
and she and Josh were going back and forth about, what takes you back to childhood, whatever. And they talked about taco casserole,
Mm,
and they
good.
talked, which is
Good.
from my mom.
right.
And then they talked about how they loved corn dogs. I'm like, oh, Mother of the Year right here.
Corn dogs from Kroger. Remember those?
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway,
But
Yeah.
but it's not like that's all they ate. Okay.
no, the chicken casserole with the chips on top.
Oh, I love
that was
that.
from my mom.
Isn't there eggs in that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so good.
And celery and mayonnaise. Yep.
Oh,
That's
good
delicious.
stuff.
Yep. There's so many chicken casserole dishes, but so what else about for you growing up?
Okay, so if we were out of jelly and I wanted I had a crazy sweet tooth, which I still do. For a snack, I would make 4 pieces of toast, butter the heck out of them, like lots of butter. And then I would take, because we had no jelly, I would take sugar and I would pour it all over the melted butter. And then it would like harden up a little bit. And I would eat that as a snack. And I used to walk and I'd have all 4, I'd have like a glass of milk in one hand and I'd have all 4 toast. And my sisters always go, oh, here comes the king, or I would come out with a huge platter of eggs and sausage and, oh, here comes they used to call me the king because I always used to make elaborate breakfast. I don't do that now with the toast because we have jelly.
We have plates.
But that was just a really, I don't know. We didn't have jelly. And so we always had sugar. So I would do that. Maybe I'll try that and see if, any feelings of my childhood come back.
We used to do sugar and cinnamon on toast.
Somebody else mentioned that.
And now they actually make it something you can buy in
Yeah.
one of but back in the day,
Didn't have it.
you had to do one thing. I remember with my mom, because she always did homemade pies,
Yeah.
I know. Sometimes I feel like I've failed the kids and so much with cooking, because I always had these great aspirations and I just seem to always kind of do the same, but when my mom would make, we'd always help her roll out and flour the cupboard and roll it out and all that kind of thing. And then with leftover dough, we would roll that out flat and then sprinkle that with sugar and cinnamon,
Mhm.
and then slice them and roll them up into little,
Oh yeah.
pinwheels and bake those. And then we could have those like little leftover cookies.
Yeah. On the thread, somebody says, my mom always made cinnamon sugar toast when I was homesick.
Mm.
And now when I have it, it's a total comfort food. Bonus is the cinnamon sugar comes from the Domino bear-shaped shaker.
Oh.
Somebody else.
Well, when you were reading that, I thought you were going to say the pizza like Domino's and that, they actually have a dessert pizza with the cinnamon sugar on it.
I've seen that.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to eat lunch when we're done.
My go-to
Right.
Saturday mornings when I want to make pancakes, but I'm too lazy or hungover, I'd use plain white bread, lots of Plagrua or Kelly Gold butter, European butter. I looked
Oh.
it up. Generic white sugar and a healthy dusting of cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of similar to what I did, if I toasted it. Anyway, terrible for you, but it's so good and definitely hits the nostalgia. So
Holly is saying she learned to make homemade pies from her mom. I mean,
what's Slow Dojo got? Got a couple of them up
yeah,
there.
well, we're not those. Pigs in the blanket, hamburger helper, cut up hot dogs, and mac and cheese salami sandwiches. Yep.
She's censoring your perverted
there's
joke.
yeah.
Joe.
I ate whatever my mom placed in front of me. Yep.
Yeah, we did too.
All Dad had to do was look at me. Oh my gosh, that's so
The
funny.
lightning before the thunder.
Yeah.
I'm with you, dude. You never complained at my house about what you had for dinner or food.
Yeah.
No.
Very breakfast for dinner also. Yep.
Very good.
So I remember at our Atlanta church
Oh, he's got that one's safe.
when I just read it, honey.
Pigs in a blanket?
I just read it.
Oh my gosh. I totally missed it.
Yeah. Everybody loves their food, man. Chicken, paprika.
I've never had that.
Paprikas? Paprika is a
Paprikash. I don't know what it's. Chicken something.
LDJ. That's right. Tuna noodle casserole. First non-baby food dinner my daughter had. She still loves it. It's my mom's recipe. Oh, wow. So it's actually homemade.
Nice.
Don't you like that? See, I'm just not a tuna fan.
Oh, love tuna. Yeah, my sister Sally, she used to take she would take like 20 pieces of bread and
She have them up her arms too?
Nope. Lay it a little on a mayo, lay some mayo on there, Miracle Whip, put out the tuna. On top of the tuna would be cheese. Put them in the broiler, broil them up. Boom. Man, you eat 3 or 4 of those, got some potato chips going. That's a good lunch, people. That is a memory that I have.
You just reminded me of one. We had open face sandwiches, and it was
Basically what it was.
It was pieces of bread with cut tomatoes, bacon, and was it a cheese single? And then she would put them under the broiler.
Yeah.
They were delicious.
Sounds good.
Tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwich. Come on, that's a given.
Trader Joe's white cheddar macaroni mix with 2 bins of drained tuna. It's such a beloved childhood comfort food that I can turn an absolutely dismal day into a really nice one. It's also amazing. It's stopping a hangover dead in its tracks, LOL. Somebody else said, we had the same recipe, but we add a can of cream and mushroom soup to the mix. I love tuna fish. Always have.
I'll buy some for you and the cats.
Well, I took one of them that
Right.
I'm like, hey, is this just for the cats or can I just
No.
had a hankering for.
Because it's cheap. And now they have it just natural, nothing added to it, all white meat.
When I'm really adventurous, I will hard boil a couple eggs and put those in there and chop up some onion and put it in my tuna fish. Boom.
Well, I do the egg for the cats, but not an onion.
Yep. Well, yeah, cats can't do it.
Rick, tuna noodle casserole is my fave.
Yep, that's good
crunched
stuff.
up chips.
Pittsburgh
You know what? Chips make everything better.
They do. They do.
So what about birthday dinners? Like my mom always made whoever's birthday was special, and made what we liked. I just can't remember what mine was.
I know what mine was.
What?
Every time, chicken and rice.
Oh yeah.
She would take the big platter, load it with rice, cream and mushroom soup, lay the chicken in there, boom, cover it in the oven. Every birthday, that is what I wanted.
Yeah.
That's what I got. You used to make it for me.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to that?
You're always golfing on your birthday.
Got busy. Yeah, but I got to eat.
Man's got to eat.
Got to eat. Anyway.
So how about La Choy meals? Remember the little La Choy with the beef, the rice, the noodles, the soy sauce?
We never got those.
Well, I don't know.
Too expensive.
Well, no, a chop suey. That's what I mean, chop suey. My mom would make that chop suey. That was
never had.
all right.
Never.
She wouldn't buy it in the can. She would actually make it.
Okay, I like chop suey though. I love the noodles.
Yeah,
chop suey noodles.
So here's a couple that just. Ugh, I don't know if you have any growing up.
I like to keep the show positive.
Okay. Oh, you know what?
Beets. I hated beets growing up. Hated them.
I don't think
Squash.
I finished my story. Remember I said how I do this all the time? So
Go.
Tommy brought it up. When we were in Atlanta and our pastor's wife, they had 3 children. And as a matter of fact, the one came home from college and they were having their family dinner, whatever. I think it was a holiday. And he passed the bowl of greens past him. And Karen said, I'm sorry, I don't remember taking your order.
Yeah.
And he had to put it back on his plate, even as an adult person. So I thought that was funny.
And you've used that on the kids too.
Oh yeah.
When they were
well,
younger.
because it's classic.
Yep.
She was classic. She is classic.
She is.
One of my disgusting city chicken. I don't even know what it is. I've seen it in House of Meats, but it comes on a skewer. I don't even think it's chicken. I'm not sure what it is. That's one of the meals I would go to bed at 6:00 at night.
Yeah, maybe it's rat.
No, I think it's like some kind of beef or something. Maybe I don't know. And the other thing is, so you know the Schnipke's pond, not too far from us. Okay, so Mr. Schnipke and my dad were friends.
Okay.
And we were members there back in the day. But Mr. Schnipke had caught fish and gave it to my dad for dinner. Well, my mom made it up, but the skin was still attached to it. And if I remember, I think the bones maybe were still in it. I don't know.
Got to be cleaned.
Guess who went to bed at 6:00 that night?
You, because you wouldn't eat it.
I would not eat it. Ah!
It's cruel. She has wounds. We all do.
Yeah, if you took a look at me, trust me, I don't have one. Okay. What is Holly birthday? Every year my mom made me chicken fried steak.
Oh, that's
Don't make
good.
it today.
Still makes it. I love it.
What exactly is that? Is that like breaded chicken and you fry it?
Yep. And then
Is it like a breast?
A lot of times it has gravy on it.
Okay.
Depends on your recipe.
Let's see. Oh yeah. The sampler packets of cereal.
Dude, those were the best. And we always, I was the middle kid, so my brother Don and the older ones always got to pick out first. So they'd always take like sugar frosted flakes or Fruit Loops. I'd be left with corn flakes, which is probably why I love corn flakes to this day. We only got those when we went on vacation.
Same with us.
The only time we got them, they were never around in the house.
No. Well, first of all, I can't imagine that they were not expensive, but we only got them when we rented our cottage for 2 weeks every year.
Yeah.
So here's a little maybe thing about those.
Raisin Bran?
No, because each one was about a bowl's worth.
Right.
If you opened it just so and tore open the plastic insert, it was actually your bowl.
Oh, I know. That's how it was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You cut along the perforated lines, you open it up, and that was your bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd have to eat like 3 of them because,
with your
four
pieces of bread.
I was a very large child.
Dave on Instagram is saying, "I'm your Huckleberry" was the best line ever. I'm assuming he means from the Val Kilmer. Oh, Eddie Campus is watching too.
What's up, Eddie?
We just talked about you, Eddie. Were your ears burning?
Rewind.
He must be talking about Val Kilmer. I'm your Huckleberry.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, but it goes along with the food, so
it does.
All right, Ashley, biscuits and gravy, cheap and delicious. I love biscuits. That's when you go to Bob Evans with Pastor Steve. I'm always like, I'm the bacon.
I forget what they call it. The homestead biscuit.
Homestead.
Something with their breakfast.
Yeah.
And their biscuits, and it's a biscuit. One of them has bacon and cheese and egg, and the other one has sausage, egg, and cheese. And then they give you, you get your home fries, and then you get the gravy to dip it in. Woo! I don't have very often, maybe once a month, every other month, but it's good.
Tommy is hearkening back. We boys used to go to the Tallapoosa River and camp out.
Nice. Caught catfish. Oh, I love catfish. I have not had catfish in forever. I got to find catfish.
Ugh.
I used to get it, believe it or not, when we lived in Louisiana and I think even Atlanta. This is no lie. Cracker Barrel had really good catfish. I don't know if they still do, but they used to.
I just can't get past the whiskers.
Well, you don't see the whiskers. Okay?
Now the hush puppies, Tommy, I'm all about that.
Okay.
Ashley is backing up the Huckleberry line. It was from
It's
the
in
movie
Tombstone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, speaking of Tombstone Pizza.
Thank you.
See how I tied that in?
I did.
So, all right. We're already 45 minutes in. We're not getting to the games.
Okay. I just love playing games as kids. We played sports. We played mainly like card games, board games with, Monopoly. But it was always euchre. and mainly euchre. We played a game called Nerds. We used to play a game. Well, we played Crazy Eights and all that. I mean, we were gamers when I was a kid. We always played games.
Well, with 9 kids, we were too. I mean,
You
you guys
had-
had
pretty much
6.
had to.
Yeah. Do you remember the game Tip It?
No. I remember once I started drinking, I used to tip a few.
So I vaguely remember this because it was for my older siblings, but it was a dude on the tippy top balancing on his nose, and you had to do rings or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
don't
I do
know.
remember it.
was and I could never play it though.
Jeff Lamb's watching.
'Cause
Look
I
at
could
Jeffy.
never-
Hey, Jeff.
Oh, Kick the Can.
Kick the
Yes,
Can.
Of course.
One of the greatest
Yep.
outside games of all time.
We actually taught Olivia and Josh and the neighbor kids
How to
in
play
Atlanta
Kick the
how to do
Can.
that. Yep.
And they played it and loved it.
Life. That was another one.
That was another good game.
And Shoots and Ladders for us.
Shoots and Ladders. Never had played that one. Risk was a really
Oh,
big
yeah,
game.
Risk.
Was huge for us. Mousetrap. We did that.
Oh, now I had Mousetrap. We got that for the kids. Well,
Okay.
although I think I gave a bunch of those games to my sister.
Plus, we used to put together a lot of puzzles when we were kids.
especially for Josh. Canasta.
Canasta, played that.
Yep.
Can't tell you how to play it now.
I can't either. Isn't it a
Euchre
card
was the
game?
biggest
Yeah.
game. It is,
Yeah.
yeah. Takes more than one deck, I think.
Mousetrap, Rick's saying. So here's one fond memory I have of my parents. My mom belonged to a daytime bridge club with women, but then they would take turns between 3 other couples, 4 other couples, and they would host bridge nights. Must have been 3 other couples.
Okay.
And so once a month or whatever, my mom, bring out the card tables and of course clean the house and all that. And she would have snacks and they would have a bar and all of that. And that would be the night where, Mary and I would put on a little charm and sneak downstairs because we knew mom and dad wouldn't yell at us in front of their friends, and we'd go stand over them and make some snacks. It's such a silly memory, but I will never forget it.
Isn't that terrible? That you knew you could get away with stuff because there were company over
Well,
and
yeah,
your
'cause it
parents
was
ain't going to yell at you.
It was past our bedtime.
Yeah.
But Mrs. Fowler, who recently
Recently
just passed
passed.
away, and and there was all of that gang, and they of course would, oh, Mary and Sharon, whatever. It was great. Loved it.
I love it. Low Dojo Jarts.
Oh yeah, jarts.
Jarts.
Toss across.
Paddle ball with the attached rubber ball. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots was huge when I was a young lad.
Well, those have kind of made a comeback.
I bought it for the kids when they were younger. We had Rock'em Sock'ems at one point.
Yeah.
Bought that and a road race set.
And then-
little what was it? HO scale, whatever it was, where you had the little controller and they would go around. Oh, we'd have races. It was so fun.
Well, the jarts was a big deal, and then of course, safety. It's like
People
well,
started to
how-
die.
Well, how does that even become a thing?
People
I
got
mean, we're
hurt,
all-
lawsuits.
I
People
know,
lost eyes.
But our generation is living longer than this generation. They need to bring back the jarts.
There you
people.
go. Jarts will fix all the world, whatever world, the world, whatever.
Soft.
All our,
Everybody is soft now.
they are. Bring
Plastic
back
jarts.
jarts, you sissies.
Darts, whatever. Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
All right. Any more?
No.
All right. Good job today, people. Way to play along.
Yeah.
Thank
lots
you.
of- yes. Yes.
Thank you
And
so much.
Yeah. Okay. So this video,
Video time, people.
All
we
right.
do a video.
just watch. I don't know, people.
If you ride dirty, shorty, make sure that you ride.
She just walked right cross court during the game. It didn't look like she was leaving. It looks like she just wanted a better seat.
I know. Did you see the ref
You could-
say something? And then the kid missed his basket, and he's like,
Couldn't you? Well, the ref should have blew the whistle and stopped play is what he should have done. But wow, something.
Well,
now that's like entitlement right there. Yeah, I know
think-
the game's going on, but I am old and I'm over a certain age, so I can get away with anything, say
Well,
anything,
the
do
ref
anything.
was probably looking down. He probably maybe didn't see her out of his peripheral. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but as soon as you saw her, you blow the whistle and say, "Okay, Grandma." That's just bizarre to me. Crazy.
Anyway, yeah.
Well, hopefully people are ripping her on the internet and she feels the shame. Just saying.
So tonight you're going to be on Little Blessing podcast.
I am. Little Blessings podcast is 7:00 on their, their Facebook page, and I believe their YouTube page.
So Little Blessing Veteran Outreach.
lbveteranoutreach.org is their website. I thought I had it pulled up, but I guess I didn't. Anyway, yeah, so I'll be on with Jamie tonight, and I believe she has another. I'm just a Kyle, is it Wilreet? I don't know. Anyway, he's an Army vet, and he's going to be on and probably tell his story of how Little Blessings have helped him. And then it just says, plus special guest, Denny Schaefer. So I'll be on and 7:00 if you care to peep that out. Hopefully I'm not, on too much with our podcast, my radio show, and then that podcast.
Who can get enough Denny Schaefer?
I don't think that's possible, is it?
I don't think so either.
No.
Mary Mousetrap and Jarts. I'm just going to cruise down these real quick.
Okay.
Hot Wheels, orange tracks. My dad used to use those for whacking us. That is one thing Josh has not given up.
What? Hot Wheels?
He has Hot Wheels and his tracks. He will not. He is taking those into his adulthood.
Okay.
He loves those.
That's
Remember
fine.
when we used to build the tracks down the steps and stuff?
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
Yep. How many kids died from vacuum form or incredible edibles? What is vacuum form?
I'm not sure. Vacuum form? I don't know.
I don't know. Chris is saying
Chris Gaggle.
hello.
Gags, what's up, dude?
You read that.
No. 2-person game that used a ping pong ball with levers that shot the ball into the... Oh, yeah. Yes, I did. One of the neighbors did.
Is that like where you...
Yep, and you would score points into a basketball hoop with ping pong balls. Yep.
Dementia?
What?
I don't know if she's referring to
I'm not sure
Jarth.
either.
I don't know.
I'm sure. I know dementia's not a good thing.
9,000 degrees.
Oh, yeah, that'll definitely... that'll leave a mark. 9,000 degrees.
Is that even possible?
Apparently it is. Yep. If Jeff Lamb says so, I trust him.
Okay. Well, we had Atari. We got Atari when I was in high school, and
we didn't have any of that.
That was the big deal. And my nephew has, as you know, my dad, Saver, has the original full cart, all cartridges, and all the
controllers. Wow.
Yeah.
Be worth a lot of money right now.
Yeah. Well, he was, because that was one of his fond memories, because he lived next door to my parents, and he would go over there and play. So anyway, okay. All right.
Okay, there you go. What are we doing on Friday?
Ooh, we didn't talk about that.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Friday will be a very interesting and compelling,
life-altering,
riveting. Lives will change. Lives will be saved. I don't know. We'll be on Friday at noon, so please be here. And thank you to Granny walking on the court dementia. Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Really? Well, then why wouldn't her family help her? Family would be like, no, Grandma, you can't walk across the freaking court. The game's on.
I think she was walking like your mom.
She
probably one of the shortest.
I mean, wait till the timeout. That's all you got to do. Anyway, but Friday will be on, so hopefully you'll join us and you'll share our podcast because it's important. It helps us. Numbers have grown, and they're going to continue to grow as long as you guys help us.
Thank you, Steve Kiker.
Steve Kiker, Gun Raffle Saturday, April 5th at the Sylvania Moose.
Yep.
All right.
Have a good day, y'all.
Bye, everybody.